HDSLR Shooter. Brought to you by Adobe, Akidio, Adamus, Blackmagic Design, Carl Zeiss, Shutterstock, and That Studio.
Hi, Clint with HDSLR Shooter. I'm here at the BandPro Open House. I'm here with director Enzo Castellari.
Enzo G.
Enzo G.
Castellari.
And they are honoring you today because of your vast work. I think, what was your first feature, 1966? Is that right?
66 with my name on it. But before, at least 3 or 4 years before, I did a lot of movie as an assistant director, and at the same time I was the director because the director was so-and-so.
So how long total in the film industry?
Well, 43. And so I can't say I started because I was born in the movie. So my father was director and producer, so since I was a child, I was on his set. I was so lucky for that. And I learned everything. Because in all my production, all the production, my father, I was there like extra, like a stuntman, like an actor, like Griffith. Well, any kind of work on the movie, I did it because it was my father movie. So I was just to collaborate with everybody. It was fantastic.
If you had to pick one thing that you learned from your father, the most important thing about filmmaking process, talk about, what would that be?
The editing, because I remember my father coming to the set and explain to everybody how he was editing later this scene. So it means this is with the script, it just signed this line is in close-up, this is in traveling, this is in detail. So his editing was put in and right on the script and explained to everybody. So the actor knew at the time that he was protected from the director because the very important line is in close-up when he moves and he isn't traveling. So it was, this I recognize that the relationship the actor with my father was fantastic because he was full of the story, especially the acting. So the actor was protected, and so I did in all my movie. In the morning, I explained to everybody, especially my DP and with everything, that this scene is start with this, and then here, and then here, and then here. So all the position of the camera, and we start with the better convenient for the DP. He said that, well, if we start here, we can do this shot and then the other one, that one. So we split the scene. Because if you know exactly how to edit, you can split and start with the last line and then the beginning. And so that's the way that you learn watching my father. And then in the editing room later, I recognized exactly what he was explaining. This, look at this, and then, but not stay 2-3 seconds more because I need to cut and put your point of view and then I come back on you. So I was explaining everything to on the set to the actor. And so I learned how to have a script and to read and to do and to tell to the spectator in my way, but with images. And that's not easy, because I can tell you the story, but to tell you by images is quite difficult. So this is the direction is this.
Technology has changed so much, especially in the last 10 years. There's a huge debate over whether we shoot film or whether we shoot digital. Do you have an opinion on that, and can you talk a little bit about that?
I have not an opinion. I am so happy for the digital, but really happy. Because with digital you can do a lot of things that never done with the film. No way to do it. Now it's easy. If you are a good director, you have the idea, you can realize with the digital in a best way. But with the film, a lot of problems, especially in the editing. The editing, the film you have to cut and then put and now is it's fantastic. So you can change your idea about the editing. The film, you cut and that's all. You can't to repeat because you cut already. But with the digital, you can remove your idea, you can think more, and then the day after you can watch and change again. Fantastic, fantastic. And the way that the magic moment for me is the color correction. At the end, you can still working on your shot, on your scene, on your color, on your way how you did it. You can change everything or in progress. You are still always in progress, always.
There's a few handful, actually, of directors that are like, I will never shoot on digital, I will only shoot on film. Do you think this is nostalgia, or what do you think that is?
Nostalgia, and especially, I will do the example that I like to teach, and there are several schools, and they invite me just to do a lesson with the students. But suddenly, the student that wants to do a short movie, they ask for the film and say, why? Why? Well, because you did it. Yes, but I did, not you. Why? Do you have all the possibility that you want now for express your mentality, your idea, your sensibility? Why use the film that is so problem? You have a lot of problem with the film. Well, but you did okay. But listen, if you use the film, you never touch and never see the film, because the assistant operator take the film and put on the camera. If you go near him when he's open and put the film inside, you can see the film, but never more. After that, the development is just transferred in digital, and you will do all the editing in digital. So for what you use the film? And by nostalgia, and especially for the colleague that doesn't like it because they doesn't know.
Along those lines, what camera were you shooting on your last picture?
With the red. Why? Because my style is to use the high-speed scene. All my action is with ralenti, high-speed motion at 120 frames. And the red was easy to go to under 20 frames, so I choose the red just for that.
Your films, so many of them are set in the American West. Talk about your infatuation with that and why you love the American West as subject material.
Well, I'm born with American Western. I remember there was a cinema just in front of our house, and so my father said, as soon you finish your homework, you can go to the cinema. So I went every day to watch a movie, especially the Western. Suddenly, Mr. Sergio Leone did a big, unbelievable success with The Fist of Dollars, and in Italy started the spaghetti western genre, and all the producer was looking for a director, and so the chance for all the assistant director, the good assistant directors, became a director. So at that time, the chance was gave it to me from Western, and the Western I'm still we love with the Western.
You are still making films, still going strong. You have a new film that you're working on right now. Talk about that one.
Yeah, this of course is a Western. The title is The Angel, the Brute, and the Wise. It's an homage to Sergio Leone, of course, because he gave us the chance to do our career, so it's normal that we thanks him always. And the idea is that a lot of actors, big names, are in it. Why? Because all the actors that did the Western before, they want to do it again. And that one that he didn't do at that time, they want to play in a Western. So I have an amazing cast, and you will see when will be at the moment that it's unbelievable. Really, all these actors together, those actors together, it's true. And so, but the fantastic thing is I will be back in Almeria. Almeria is a Spanish a little town, but where are still the Western town. why they are in good shape all the time? Because they are doing there for the tourists. They are show with the stuntmen, horses shoot down and fight everything. But so the tourists arrive there and enjoy to see visually the Western, and so I still have this possibility to use the real old Western town.
If a student came to you and said, what one thing can you tell me about filmmaking, that one piece of advice, what would you say?
Well, learn and learn, because I remember people that between the students, I kind of need to learn because I already watched 2,000, 50,000 movies. For what? If you know the way to do it. You watch, but you are a spectator. You are not inside. If there is nobody that explain you how to do it, especially you must to learn the editing. If you don't know the editing, you are not a director.
HDSLR Shooter. Brought to you by Adobe, Akitio, Adamus, Black Magic Design, Carl Zeiss, Shutterstock, and That Studio.